Shen Yanu stood frozen, holding the remnants of their past relationship. "Here's your childhood cake back," he said, voice low. Sinian shook her head. "I thought there would be someone sincere, eternal, someone who could love me fully. But it's just me now." She turned away, refusing to meet his eyes. Memories of school days flashed Gullinuan's rebellious charm. The sudden rise from the bottom of the class to the top 3. The whispered challenges behind the teacher's back. "You better not mess with him," someone had warned. Sinian forced herself to breathe. 10 years had passed since graduation, yet he remembered her. She wouldn't let Shen Yanu see her falter. Even as he approached, she kept a steady composure, ready to move forward. Sinian moved with measured steps, remembering Gullinuan's teasing during high school. "Did you kiss me to make him jealous?" she muttered under her breath. Gullinuan shrugged, playful yet protective. "He'll kiss you anytime, Sinian." As sweet as the beginning, Sinian hesitated, low blood sugar making her dizzy. He caught her gently, steadying her. "Don't worry. I'm here. He won't catch up to you." Tension and warmth intertwined. Outside, snow began to fall lightly, dusting the streets. She realized he had come back to the country, not just to see her, but to protect her from the past she tried to forget. "Why are you so formal with me?" Sinian asked, eyebrows furrowed. Gullinuan smiled, playful yet sincere. "Still thinking I was a bad student, disliked me." She shook her head. "Not dislike, just teasing." They walked together under falling snow, laughter and warmth breaking through years of tension. He handed her a small bag of candy, recalling her childhood favorite flavors. "I thought you might need it," he said. Sinian accepted it, a spark of trust forming anew between them. Sinian's phone buzzed. Shen Yanu had called, but she ignored it. "He can't bother me anymore," she whispered. Gullinuan squeezed her hand. "You don't have to face him alone. I'm here." They crossed the street together, snow crunching beneath their feet. The distant lights reflected in puddles, mirroring her turbulent feelings. Sinian exhaled, realizing she could finally reclaim her life from old wounds. Gullinuan's steady presence was the anchor she hadn't known she needed. "You kissed me," Sinian said softly, recalling the accidental kiss earlier. Gullinuan laughed quietly, leaning close. "It was inevitable. You can't escape me, Sinian." She rolled her eyes but smiled, a spark of warmth breaking her usual composure. "I won't let him hurt me anymore. Not alone," he nodded, eyes firm. "Then don't. I'll always be by your side. Whatever the past, whatever the future, I'm here." Snow continued to fall, wrapping them in a quiet, protective cocoon, the first step of something long overdue. Sinian ignored her phone buzzing again. Shen Yanu was calling relentlessly. "He thinks he can come back into my life?" she muttered. Gullinuan appeared beside her, calm but protective. "Don't worry, he won't reach you." Her pulse quickened as she felt his hand brush hers. Memories of past betrayals surged. Shen Yanu's lies, the public humiliation, the endless doubts. "I won't let him hurt me again," she whispered. Gullinuan's gaze hardened. "Then let me handle it. You focus on yourself. No more looking back." The city bustled around them, unaware of the tension between past and present. Sinian felt a mixture of fear and relief. "He might show up at the office," she said quietly. Gullinuan smirked, confident. "If he does, I'll make sure he regrets it." Sinian exhaled, trusting him for the first time in years. The office building loomed, glass reflecting the gray sky. Shen Yanu's persistent messages made her anxious, but Gullinuan's calm demeanor reassured her. "You don't have to face this alone. I'll be the shield," he whispered. Sinian's heartbeat steadied as they walked together inside the lobby, the rising conflict looming in the background like a storm about to break. Shen Yanu arrived, smug and confident. Sinian, why ignore me? He demanded. Sinian's expression hardened. You had your chance. I'm done. Gulanuan stepped forward, blocking Shen Yanu subtly. Leave her alone. Shen Yanu scoffed. Who are you to tell me what to do? Gulinwan's eyes narrowed, unflinching. Someone who won't let you hurt her again. Sinian's chest tightened, the tension between her past and present hitting a climax. She realized she had allies now, someone willing to fight for her. The office quieted. The unspoken power, dynamic visible in every glance. Sinian's mother called unexpectedly. You must reconcile with Shen Yanu, she insisted. Sinian's jaw tightened. I want. He cheated. Gulanuan placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Ignore the pressure. We decide our path. Her mother's voice rose, insisting social status mattered more than feelings. Sinian's resolve strengthened. I choose myself. I choose myself. I choose him. Gulanuan's hand squeezed hers, silent support. The conflict escalated, family expectations clashing with personal desires, but Sinian finally felt she had control of her life. Later that night, Sinian and Gulanuan met in a quiet cafe. He won't stop, she murmured, stirring her tea. Gulanuan smiled faintly. Then we'll make sure he can't. Sinian laughed softly, the first relief in days. Shadows of the past lurked, but the warmth between them grew. They discussed strategies, carefully planning next moves while building trust. Outside, the city lights twinkled like distant promises. Sinian realized the rising conflict wasn't just external. Her heart was now racing in ways she hadn't anticipated, torn between fear and a burgeoning hope for the future. Sinian entered the hospital ward, heart pounding. Ayanan's condition is worsening, she whispered to Gulanuan. He nodded, determination in his eyes. I'll handle everything else. You focus on her. Sinian's hands trembled slightly as she examined the charts. Memories of past helplessness resurfaced, so many patients lost before she could act. Gulanuan's steady presence reminded her that she wasn't alone. We'll save her, he promised, voice firm. Outside, snow began to fall again, covering the city in a quiet calm. Sinian inhaled deeply, drawing strength from him, realizing this was the moment where past fears met present courage. Shen Yanu stormed into the lobby, fury written on his face. Sinian, this isn't over, he shouted. Gulanuan stepped in front, calm yet intimidating. You've lost your chance. Sinian's pulse quickened, but she didn't step back. I'm not afraid, she said. Shen Yanu's eyes flickered with disbelief. He underestimated her growth and Gulanuan's silent power. The world outside moved as usual, oblivious to the clash of determination, loyalty, and revenge inside. Sinian realized she was no longer alone, and the tables had shifted. Sinian and Gulanuan met secretly in her office. We need a plan, she said, voice low. I can't risk any mistakes. Gulanuan leaned over the desk, careful yet assertive. We'll make it foolproof. Trust me. Sinian felt a flicker of excitement mixed with fear. She had never relied on anyone like this before. Papers, medical charts, and strategy sketches littered the desk, but all she could focus on was his unwavering gaze. I'm counting on you, she whispered. I won't let you down, he replied, determination in every word. The midpoint had arrived, her life, his protection, and their connection now entwined. Sinian received a message Shen Yanu was spreading rumors. Her chest tightened. He won't stop, she muttered. Gulanuan held her hand firmly. Let him, we have each other. Her fingers intertwined with his. The rain outside streaked the windows, creating a cinematic blur. Shadows of the past pressed against her resolve. But Gulanuan's hand reminded her she could finally fight back. We decide our story, he said softly. Sinian realized she had crossed the line from passive observer to active participant in her destiny, and Gulanuan's presence made her courage tangible. Late at night, Sinian walked alone on the empty city street. She paused, reflecting on how much had changed. Gulanuan appeared silently beside her. "You're not alone anymore," he whispered. Sinian smiled faintly, a mix of relief and anticipation. "I know. You've changed everything." They walked together, shadows stretching across the wet pavement, snow lightly dusting the ground. Past hurts felt distant now. Gulanuan's unwavering presence gave her confidence to confront the rising conflict. Together, they faced not only Shenyanu but the challenges ahead, solidifying their alliance and deepening their bond. Sinian's mother arrived unexpectedly, demanding she reconcile with Shenyanu. "You can secure your future with him," she said. Sinian shook her head. "I want." He cheated. Gulanduan placed a protective hand on her shoulder. "Ignore her. Our choices are ours alone." Sinian's chest tightened, but determination shone in her eyes. Shenyanu lingered nearby, smirking. Gulanuan's gaze burned with silent warning. The tension thickened. The clash of family expectations, past love, and new alliances reaching a fever pitch. Sinian realized she had to stand firm or risk losing everything again. Shenyanu tried to corner Sinian in the office. "You still care about me," he taunted. Sinian's lips pressed into a firm line. "No. I have someone who cares about me now." Gulanuan stepped forward, blocking the path. "Step back, Shenyanu." Shenyanu's smirk faltered. Sinian's confidence grew as she realized she no longer needed to defend herself alone. The office walls felt suffocating, the air charged with confrontation. Her resolve was firm. Past manipulations would not control her future. Sinian and Gulanuan met in secret to plan their next move. "He won't stop until he's humiliated me," she said. Gulanuan leaned over the desk, eyes steady. "Then we'll make sure he can't. I'll handle him." Sinian felt her heart race, not from fear, but from trust. She realized the rising conflict had drawn them closer, forcing them to rely on one another. The mid-city skyline outside the window reflected their determination. The battle lines were drawn, both personal and professional. Shenyanu tried spreading rumors in the company lobby. Sinian's pulse quickened, but Gulanuan's hand grasped hers firmly. "Ignore him. We have each other," he said softly. Sinian nodded, feeling a rare sense of peace. Outside, snow blurred the neon city lights. Shadows of the past still loomed, but her resolve was unshakable. Together, they were stronger than the manipulations around them. She realized the battle wasn't just against Shenyanu. It was against the doubt and fear inside her. That night, Gulanuan and Sinian walked under the quiet city lights. "We've faced so much today," she murmured. "But we survived." He smiled, protective and tender. "And we'll face anything together." Sinian exhaled, feeling her heart settle. Snow fell lightly, covering the streets in soft white. The rising conflict had peaked, and for the first time she felt ready to confront not only Shenyanu, but every challenge ahead. Their bond had strengthened through confrontation, trust, and shared purpose, setting the stage for the coming resolution. Shenyanu confronted Sinian in the hospital corridor. "You can't ignore me forever," he sneered. Sinian stood tall, refusing to back down. "I don't need you anymore." Gulanuan appeared beside her, eyes cold. "Step aside, Shenyanu. You're done." Shenyanu's arrogance faltered, realizing for the first time that Sinian was untouchable with Gulanuan guarding her. The hospital buzzed with ordinary life, oblivious to the clash of past betrayal and present courage. Sinian's determination blazed. She wouldn't allow herself to be manipulated again. Sinian's mother barged in, furious. "You'll ruin your life refusing Shenyanu," she shouted. Sinian's jaw tightened. My life isn't yours to control. Gulanuan's hand held hers steady. We decide our path. Together. The mother's face flushed with anger and disbelief, unable to sway Sinian. Shen Yanu fumed silently, realizing the power dynamics had shifted entirely. Sinian's confidence was no longer fragile, it radiated, drawing strength from Gulanuan and her own self-worth. Gulanuan faced Shen Yanu directly. "You're done causing trouble," he said firmly. Shen Yanu's smirk faltered. Sinian's pulse quickened as she watched Gulanuan assert authority. "You underestimated us," Gulanuan continued, eyes unwavering. Shen Yanu's arrogance cracked. Sinian realized this confrontation was not just about past betrayal but reclaiming control over her life. The hospital walls seemed to close around them, heightening the intensity. Sinian's resolve was unshakable. She was ready for the final showdown. Sinian finally spoke, her voice steady. "I trusted someone else now. You're irrelevant." Shen Yanu staggered back, disbelief on his face. Gulanuan's expression softened as he looked at Sinian. "I'm proud of you," he whispered. Sinian felt an unexpected warmth, a mixture of relief and empowerment. The confrontation had stripped away past shadows. Shen Yanu's influence crumbled. Sinian now stood unshakable. Her heart aligned with Gulanuan, ready to embrace a future defined by choice and courage. The night fell, and Gulanuan and Sinian walked together outside. Snow drifted around them silently. "We faced everything today," Sinian murmured, "and survived." Gulanuan held her hand firmly. "And we'll face anything together." She smiled, the weight of the past lifting. The confrontation had ended, but their journey was just beginning. In each other they found strength, courage, and the unwavering promise of partnership. The city lights glimmered, mirroring the spark of new beginnings and the triumph of their bond over adversity. Sinian and Gulanuan returned to the Gu family mansion. "We made it through everything," Sinian said softly. Gulanuan smiled, holding her hand. "And we'll face anything together." The grandeur of the mansion felt warmer with their bond. Sinian realized that her fears, doubts, and past heartbreaks had been replaced with trust, safety, and love. Outside, snow continued to fall, reflecting a quiet triumph. Their unity was now public, their connection unshakable. Sinian felt an overwhelming sense of peace. Her life, her choices, her future, all finally in her hands. Sinian's mother finally relented. "I see now. You made the right choice," she admitted, still hesitant but calmer. Sinian nodded, grateful for the small victory. Gulanuan gave a reassuring squeeze. Shen Yanu had been silenced, and the tension that had haunted Sinian melted slightly. The mansion's halls seemed brighter now, as if reflecting the newfound balance. Sinian's confidence surged. She knew she could finally embrace love, family, and her own strength without fear of interference. Gulanuan arranged a private celebration for Sinian's accomplishments at the hospital. "You've saved so many lives," he said proudly. Sinian blushed, glancing at the table of flowers and gifts. "I couldn't have done it without your support." His presence reminded her that her achievements were never just her own. They were strengthened by trust, partnership, and unwavering support. That evening felt like a gentle victory, personal growth, acknowledged, conflict resolved, and love affirmed. Sinian walked through the mansion gardens, snow lightly covering the ground. Gulanuan appeared beside her. "It feels peaceful now," she said, voice soft. He nodded. "The storm has passed. Now we build our life together." Their footsteps crunched on the snow, synchronized and confident. Sinian realized that the battles, the confrontations, and the hardships had only deepened her connection with Gulanuan. They were no longer just allies. They were partners in life, ready to face any challenge together. Sinian and Gulanuan stood at the balcony overlooking the city. Everything feels lighter now, Sinian whispered. He took her hand gently. We'll face the future together no matter what comes. Snow drifted past, city lights sparkling below. Sinian felt the weight of the past lift entirely. Gulanuan's calm presence and unwavering support reassured her. Their bond had been tested, strengthened, and solidified. Tonight marked the end of conflict and the beginning of a life shared fully and freely. Together they looked ahead, ready for every challenge the future could bring. Sinian and Gulanuan began their first morning together in their shared home. Sunlight filtered through the windows. "Morning," Gulanuan said softly, handing her tea. Sinian smiled, feeling the warmth of normalcy. "Good morning." "Thank you." Their home now felt like a sanctuary, free of past fear and conflict. Laughter and quiet conversation replaced tension. Every detail from the furniture to the sunlight on the walls felt like a new beginning. Together, they could finally build a life of trust, love, and shared purpose. They prepared breakfast together. Gulanuan leaned close. "You're amazing at this." Sinian laughed. "You just want me to feed you," he smirked. "Maybe." Moments of playful intimacy replaced tension from the past. Simple actions, pouring juice, slicing bread, holding hands felt profound. Each gesture reaffirmed their connection. Sinian realized the battles had strengthened not just their love, but their friendship and understanding. Trust and affection now flowed naturally, unspoken yet deeply felt. Later they walked in the city park, snow still on the ground. "It's quiet today," Sinian observed. "Perfect for us." Gulanuan nodded, holding her hand. "The world can wait. Just us for now." Sinian leaned against him, feeling the peace she had fought so hard to achieve. Each step reflected the harmony they had forged through conflict. Their smiles were genuine, unguarded, and shared. The city's chaos felt distant. Their bond was now a shelter against all uncertainty. They returned home as dusk fell. "I never imagined it could feel this calm," Sinian whispered. Gulanuan wrapped an arm around her. "This is what we fought for." Sinian felt gratitude for the battles behind them. They had sculpted the foundation of their love. Conflicts with Shen Yanu and family pressures were distant echoes now. They could finally enjoy each other fully, unburdened. The quiet hum of the city outside mirrored the serenity in their hearts. That evening, Gulanuan surprised Sinian with a small bouquet of flowers. "For the doctor who saved lives and my heart," he said softly. Sinian laughed, overwhelmed. "You always know what to say." They shared a quiet kiss, the kind that promised a lifetime together. The past was behind them, their love solid and unshakable. Every challenge, confrontation, and struggle had led to this trust, joy, and a partnership that neither would let go. The city glimmered outside, a reflection of the new chapter beginning for them both.